welcome to another video and another process. Now this is in real time, this bit. I'm just showing you the shapes that I cut out and how I sort of come up with this. Now okay, this is not my design. This is something that I've seen somewhere on probably Pinterest or maybe someone's video, I'm not sure. But anyway, what I ended up using was, started off with a 2-inch square, a 1.5-inch square, and a 1-inch square. What I did with it from there is you can see that I folded and I drew some lines and I cut, I don't even know what these things are called. They're like, I don't know, I want to say parallelogram, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. So don't Google that. That's probably wrong. Now, this is keeping with the Keep It Simple September. I decided to do this. I'm not going to lie. Up front, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually made this layout over several days. And from the start of it through till completion, I had a couple of days in between where I wasn't in my craft room. And this layout really took a bit of brain power. Just throwing it out there, okay? It's not because it's difficult. It was actually quite easy, but being that I sort of stopped and started it, it was a bit annoying. Just saying. So as you can see, I traced my little diamond shapes and I traced them onto some old scrapbook paper from Creative Memories. I pulled out my Creative Memories box of goodies and that I haven't used in forever, and I thought, you know what, I'll use these colors and I'm just going to use them just for the sake of the fact that they're there and they're papers. They've been hanging around in my collection for, I want to say, nearly 20 years. So whether these are still available, I probably don't think that they are, but I don't even know the name of them. Rainbow, I think this one may have had something to do with a rainbow, but of course I have separated the packs and the titles and I have no idea what it's called. So let's get into it. Basically all I've done up until this point, you can see I've got little piles at the top. So some of them are 1-inch squares, some of them are 1.5-inch squares, and all I'm doing is joining them together. Now, I'm not going to lie, I didn't line them up perfectly and I had a bit of a gap there. So basically what I was trying to do is I was trying to create, I don't know whether you'd call these initially I was thinking of flowers and sort of creating a bit of a flower bed sort of vibe. But then as I started doing it, I'm like, this is not a flower. This is more like a starburst or something. It's totally not a flower. But at this point when I was putting these down, I was still thinking that it was a flower. So bear with me while I have myself a bit of a lie down because it did not work. It's not a flower. So I slowed it down at the beginning so you can see what I did. And you can see the little sections that I pulled apart. Now you can just leave these folded if you want lots of texture and depth. The two sides that I cut off the squares, you can leave them on and just fold them underneath. But I didn't want lots of texture because keeping it simple September, I'm trying to also keep my layouts a little bit flatter. Basically because I want you guys to understand that it doesn't matter if you've got the latest paper or if you're like me in this layout using 20-year-old paper. You know what? It just is what it is. You don't need to always have the best and the brightest and the most brand new latest release of something. You can create beautiful layouts using your older stuff as well. So that is what I'm actually focusing this week on. So I'm trying to use papers that are not necessarily brand new releases. I wanted to give the vibe, give you it's okay to use your old stuff. You know what I mean? We bought it. The thing is, we bought our papers 20 odd years ago. We bought them for a reason because obviously they They were something that we liked. We either liked the look of them, we liked the color of them, we liked whatever. So let's pull them back out and let's revive them in a 2023 kind of way. Now, as I was doing this, this is where I've left all of this in and I've sped it up for you guys. So you can see that even I struggle sometimes with the struggle for this was it was more, this was day 2 that I grabbed a quick hour and I was trying to cut it up and see if I could quickly pull it together. But it just wasn't flowing for me yet. So it does, you got to stick around till the end, because I can tell you now, at the end, it comes together and I do pull it together. But it did take a little bit of brain power. Now, you may have noticed if you're on my Facebook group that I've shared a couple of sales and just things that I've noticed that are on sale, especially for like my Aussies, because for everyone in the US or, you know, even Canada or England, Italy, I don't know what you guys are like sale-wise, but here in Australia, we don't get that many really good sales, and our stuff is pretty expensive. Over here, our stores, obviously, to have the same product in them, they kind of, well, there's a markup on it, and there's a considerable markup compared to if I look at the stuff from, you know, a US site. I'm just doing a blue to green blend on this background paper, by the way. Still running with the flower theory, so stick with me. I just used my Distress Oxide spray in Mermaid, Lagoon and Mowed Lawn. Now, I'll be honest with you, I love getting new things all the time too, but sometimes we have to be smarter, and things aren't cheap. It's not cheap for anyone. I feel for the store owners at the moment that are trying to keep their head above water, keep the product coming in, when, let's be honest, we just don't have the amount of expendable cash that we did have, you know, going back 2, 3, 4 years ago. We just don't have that same amount of cash to splash around. So we're all looking for a bargain or a discount, and I am also acutely aware of the fact that, you know, the businesses are struggling too. They can't afford to just keep giving discount prices and discount codes and all that sort of thing. So if you are in my Facebook group, and if you're not already, in the description below you will find the link to jump on over there and have a look around, leave some, you know, if you do some layouts or something, leave them there and I will approve them if they're appropriate. I did have someone pop over there and I did have to do a bit of blocking because they were not there for scrapbooking purposes. Apologies to anybody that may have seen that. Now, I went around all these, I'm still calling them flowers, and I was highlighting the petals, and I thought, you know what, that looks okay. I can do this, yep. So I went around all of them, all of these, with my pen, my black pen. At this point, I still wasn't convinced that this is the direction I wanted to go in. This is still, I think this is day 3 that I was just ducking in quickly doing something on these. And let me tell you, I got to the end of this, and now looking back at it, I probably could have left them. I think they do look okay now looking at them, but I wasn't feeling it. So like I say, just take another couple of steps, because you might run into a really good idea, and that way you've not wasted your paper and your time. So basically, I'm just pretty much going along here. I'm lost as to why. I don't even know what my brain was thinking. This is why I like to do, if I sit down to do a layout and I've got an idea in my head, I need to sit down and I need to do it there and then. Because I come back to it a day later and I may not like that idea anymore. So this is where I'm at. This is me this morning finishing this layout off. Now you can see me doing lots of finger tapping. I just don't like the way the lines were. I didn't like it. So I pulled out my bullet tip, black Posca paint pen, and then I did this, and I thought, right, I've got to spare one of these if need be. Do I like it? Do I love it? Still not loving it. I don't know why I went down the black route. I know black pen work is like my signature thing, and I will tell everybody that listens, you know, a bit of black pen work or a bit of white pen work transforms everything. It's amazing. So, but in this case, no, I was not feeling it. So I decided at this point, I was mucking around. I was trying to get a video to play and it wouldn't play. So this is where I pulled out my metallic gold Sharpie pen. And I thought, maybe this will go over the Posca paint pen. Not a problem at all, because it's an alcohol-based pen. And I thought, it's going to go over it. Let's see what this does. Do I like this when I get to the end of it? I didn't love it, but I definitely liked it more than I did with the black bits. So I don't make you watch me go back over all of these again, but just know that I do cut a piece out here, because what you just saw me do there is what I am doing with all of them. So I have actually gone around all of these little, I have finally realized they're not flowers. They're not flowers. They're more like stars or starbursts or something like that. Now, I have gone around the edge of a couple of these just to see if I like the edges. What I ended up doing, I pulled out some ink and I went around the edges with the ink. And I do like that look, so I end up going around those. I used the vintage photo actually, and I really liked how that turned out. See, I was going for the black again. I don't know why. I keep reaching for black things, and I wasn't even feeling black. It wasn't working. So this is where I decided that, see those two darker ones that look like they've already got colour around the edge? They're actually on red, like a cranberry red cardstock. But I still went around it with the brown just to make everything uniform with the layout. I promise this is nearly done, guys. This layout for me was a labour of love, and I was not giving up, because as I say to you guys, don't stop. Just give it 2 more steps. 2 more steps. And once you've done that, I promise it will come together. And if it doesn't, it's just paper. It's just some paper. It's been sitting in my cupboard for 20 years. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So I used my Distress Oxide sprays. I created that nice gradient in the background. I don't know. I don't love it. This is a layout that I've done. I liked the process. I liked how the little shooting stars come together, but it's probably not my favorite layout for 2023. Let's put it that way. But I persevered, because that's what I tell you guys. Persevere, so that's what I did. Now, the other thing that I use on this layout, I use thickers that are, they're called Beautiful. I use Stickles Gold Glitter, Sharpie Metallic Gold. I used that, and Vintage Photos. That's all I used. I've told you everything that I've used. Excellent. I think I forgot that in the last video. It's all in the description below, but you know. So here I am. I'm like, right, stop moving things around and glue things down and see what happens. I think, hindsight, that one at the top corner, I think it should have gone on an angle, but I put it down with dark glitter glue. So guess what? It's down, it's done. Now you can see that I have sort of elevated my photos a little bit. That way it's not right smack in the center, because everything else on the layout seems to be nothing centered. So I didn't want to put my photos smack bang in the middle because it would have looked even more odd. So this is where I decide that I'm going to grab some thickers. I'm going to find me a title. I'm going to call it, because otherwise I'm going to keep wanting to change things, put things in different places, all over the place. Now, these thickers, I think I've told you before, really not a fan. They are hyper glittered to the point of ridiculous. You can see there, the backing doesn't even peel off them anymore. But it was definitely a love kind of layout. So here, I leave this in for you guys so you can see what I tried that just did not work. And I was trying to sort of make my faux flowers into kind of little starbursts. So I'm putting these bits of these glitter sticker down to sort of add a bit of continuity to the layout, and I hate it. Absolutely hate it. So I sat there for 5 seconds and went, nah, don't like it. Not one bit. So I end up taking all of those bits off because they just looked, I don't know, they just look all over the place. They don't look right. So this is where I come in with some triangles and I put them in the centers. That's when I realized this is what it needed. So like I said, this took me a while to get to this point. We all have days like this. Well, this was a couple of days, and that's where I came unstuck, because I'm not a scrapbooker that can start something and then go away and come back. I have to just get it done. So I am just about there, guys. I swear, 2 more seconds and we will be done. So this is the Stickles Gold Glitter. It's good for stuff like this, but the Stickles glitter is not my favorite thing to use, mixed media item to use. I like the Stickles in the little pots. I like my I prefer liquid pearls, to be completely truthful. That's just what I prefer. But I did decide to maybe, instead of having the sparkles jumping off the stars, maybe I could add a little bit on top of these joins that I put on there. And I love that so much more. At this point, I just went, that's it. Stop. Walk away, finish it, call it, and just have it be done. Now, I'm going to give myself a shameless plug. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you jump on board. I am aiming to my goal is to see if I can get 2,000 subscribers by Christmas time, and that would be the most amazing Christmas present. But I guess why I'm saying this is, if you haven't subscribed, it's free. Hitting the thumbs up button, that is free too. Leaving me a comment, that is also free. So all of the above helps my little channel out, and it gets it out there for other people to notice. And yeah, so this is my layout, guys. Thank you so much. If you're still with me, leave me the word hi down the bottom so I know how many people actually got to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is the close-up for you. Lots of glitter and shimmer, and I do like how it turned out in the very end. But it was a bit of a roller coaster, and thank you for going on this journey with me. Sometimes it's just not, it just doesn't flow. That's all I'm saying. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow with another video. Bye for now.